Some cars can fly and some can even swim in deep waters, but there are also those that can hold up against time itself. In terms of reliability, there are only a handful of cars out there, but the real question is which vehicles can go the distance. The Toyota Tundra is the longest-lasting vehicle, with the Sequoia, 4Runner, Tacoma, and Highlander hybrid occupying the other top 5 slots. These are the vehicles that have the highest chance of reaching 250,000 miles. While the average vehicle has an 8.6% chance of lasting 250,000 miles, recent 2024 car studies have helped identify these 5 longest-lasting models. In this year's study, over 402 million cars were analyzed to determine which cars were most likely to continue operating up to at least 250,000 miles. SUVs dominate the longest-lasting list, taking up 16 of the top 30 rankings, while Toyota is the most prominent brand, with 9 models on the list. The most durable model, the Toyota Tundra, has a 36.6% chance of reaching 250,000 miles. Before we begin, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content like this. Ranking in at number 5 is the 2023 Toyota Highlander. Now here's a strong 3-row SUV choice. If you choose the hybrid, it's amazingly efficient, delivering 35 miles per gallon combined with all-wheel drive. Not only is it a huge advantage over the conventional gas-powered Highlander, it represents a huge advantage over virtually every other SUV in its class. The Highlander has dropped its V6 engine option in favor of a turbocharged 2.4-liter 4-cylinder. It delivers less power but much more torque. It's also very slightly more efficient. Regardless of engine, you still get solid handling, an attractive and usable interior, and Toyota's reputation and subsequent resale value. A smaller third-row seat and cargo area are definite demerits, especially in a class where space is a prime factor in the purchase. The infotainment system has been updated to run on the system featured on other new Lexus and Toyota models. The standard touchscreen measures 8 inches, and the upgraded one is 12.3 inches. It also features wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. Some minor feature changes for some trims have also been implemented. If you don't need that much room, however, the Highlander Hybrid is an unmatched option for its efficiency and is definitely worth a look. At number 4, the Toyota Tacoma. Long a staple, if not the very epicenter of the mid-size pickup segment, the Tacoma recently underwent a complete, long-overdue makeover that brought new features, stronger off-road chops, and some advantages over competitors. The non-hybrid version covered here makes up to 278 horsepower from its turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, while a hybrid Tacoma variant, reviewed separately, develops 326 horsepower. Available rear coil spring suspension smooths out bumps on road or trail, while a much improved seating position offers the driver additional comfort, as well as a better view of what's ahead. The price of the latest Toyota Tacoma starts at $33,085 and goes up to $54,050 depending on the trim and options. The best value lies in the SR5 model, which comes with the 278 horsepower version of the Tacoma's turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, 17-inch aluminum wheels, blind spot monitoring, fog lamps, integrated cargo bed tie-down clamps, push-button start, and an auto-dimming rearview mirror. A turbocharged 2.4-liter 4-cylinder powers every non-hybrid Tacoma. The Tacoma makes its bread playing in the dirt, and the off-road focused models come with the hardware to go almost anywhere. When tested with the 278 horsepower 4, it managed a 7.0-second run to 60 miles per hour. The Tacoma's maximum towing capacity is 6,500 pounds. It can also haul up to 1,705 pounds of payload. The hybrid model, reviewed separately, is capped at a 6,000-pound tow rating, or it can carry a payload of up to 1,709 pounds. EPA estimates for the two-wheel drive Tacoma's fuel economy range as high as 21 miles per gallon city and 26 miles per gallon highway. With four-wheel drive, they max out at 20 miles per gallon city and 23 miles per gallon highway. Those numbers aren't much of an improvement over those of the previous generation Tacoma, which was offered with a V6 engine. The redesigned Tacoma's interior makes big strides in both design and packaging. Its dashboard boasts nicer materials along with high-resolution screens and traditional switchgear. While most Tacos have a 7.0-inch digital gauge cluster, TRD off-road models and up feature a larger 12.3-inch all-digital unit. A head-up display comes standard on the Limited, which also packs heated and cooled front seats. Every model also benefits from a raised seating position compared to the previous generation, along with increased headroom, meaning the driver no longer feels like they're sitting on the floor. A more adjustable steering column should help make the truck more comfortable for more people. Like its predecessor, the latest Tacoma is offered with extended cab, called extra cab, and crew cab, called double cab, body styles. The extra cab only pairs with a 6-foot cargo bed, but the double cab is offered with either the longer box or a shorter 5-foot version. Next at number 3, we have the Toyota 4Runner. While the 2024 model year will see the long-awaited introduction of an all-new Tacoma, as well as a reimagined Land Cruiser, the 2024 Toyota 4Runner soldiers on into the 15th year since a complete redesign. That's nearly 3 times the length of a typical car generation, and its underlying platform dates back even further. Frankly, you can tell. Some for the better, increasingly for the worst, and while we have a soft spot for the refreshingly simple, rugged, and practical 4Runner, its replacement can't come soon enough. And yes, we finally can confirm that an all-new one is coming for 2025. Now, on the "it's really old" side of the fence, its V6 engine has less power than a Camry's, the transmission has 5, fewer gears than a Ford Bronco's, the fuel economy of 17 miles per gallon combined is dismal, even when compared to other off-road-oriented SUVs, and calling the handling imprecise would be an understatement. The interior is also a relic of another time, especially as its most recent updates happened 4 years ago. After all this, if you still have a 4Runner Jones, maybe consider a used one. Did we mention it's been mostly unchanged for 15 years? Or wait for the next one to arrive. After significant upgrades 4 years ago, meaning even they're getting on in years, the 4Runner cabin's feature content and technology are reasonably consistent with what you might find in cars designed during the end of the last decade. The 2000s would be pushing it. The plastics quality is also subpar for a vehicle that easily crests $40,000 and can top $50,000. A RAV4 is nicer in some places. The various small bins and cubbies are also just a little too small for modern devices, having clearly been designed when we carried flip phones and iPods. But it does have a big, versatile cup holder. There's even old-school switchgear like the roller-heated seat controls and one blink-only turn signals. The SR5 and TRD Sport don't even have automatic headlights or auto-climate control. Nevertheless, it's all put together quite well, controls are logically placed, and there's certainly something to be said for a rugged off-road vehicle that has a rugged interior. The standard 8-inch touchscreen is also of a typical size and has an acceptable amount of feature content. There are also clever cargo area features. The optional slide-out cargo floor makes loading and unloading super simple, while the 4Runner trademark power rear window allows you to secure long items like surfboards or lumber out the back while keeping the rest of the lift gate closed. It also allows for freer airflow in the cabin, and dogs typically love it as well. While much of this 5th-generation 4Runner has been updated over the many years, the engine bay has basically gone untouched. The 4Runner is only offered with a 4.0-liter V6 that produces 270 horsepower and 278 pound-feet of torque. That's not a lot given how much the 4Runner can weigh, especially the TRD Pro, and the fact that the lighter Toyota Highlander produces more than 300 horsepower. As such, the 4Runner is quite slow, and it's not helped by a standard 5-speed automatic transmission that does it no favors in terms of fuel economy. The Bronco's automatic has 5 more gears, and there's an optional manual. Despite its rugged body-on-frame construction, every 4Runner's towing capacity is only 5,000 pounds. Terrible. And also awesome. It really depends on how you look at it. Off-road, the 4Runner is a monster, and you don't have to get the top-of-the-line TRD Pro to realize its potential. Any 4x4 versions will do the job just fine, though the sweet spot is certainly the TRD off-road that goes beyond the SR5 with a locking rear differential, wider tires, Toyota's multi-terrain select system, crawl control, essentially a low-speed cruise control for getting out of especially tricky off-road situations, and the optional KDSS disconnecting sway bars that improve both off-road wheel articulation and on-road handling. Nearing the top at number 2, we have the Toyota Sequoia. In a segment thick with big SUVs powered by V8 engines, the Sequoia stands apart for its standard V6 hybrid powertrain, a system that promises to save fuel without sacrificing performance. The 437 horsepower iForce Max powertrain is shared with the Tundra hybrid pickup truck, as are the rest of the Sequoia's underpinnings, and it's stout enough to tow and haul with the best of them. The cabin is outfitted nicely with all the expected tech goodies, and its rear seats are spacious enough for kids to get comfortable. Hauling adults back there is a different story, as the third row is altogether too cramped. Cargo space behind the third row is limited too, and unfortunately dropping the rearmost seats to fit more stuff in the back is hindered by an uneven load floor with a high lift-over height. Rivals such as the Chevy Tahoe and the Ford Expedition are simply more practical and versatile. But if what you're looking for is an extra-large SUV with hybrid power, the limited Nightshade model joins the lineup for 2024 and comes with unique 20-inch TRD wheels, painted in a matte black finish to match other blacked-out exterior appearance items. Platinum trims can now be had with the same TRD off-road package that was available on the Limited last year. The price of the 2024 Toyota Sequoia starts at $63,220 and goes up to $81,055 depending on the trim and options. The Limited trim appears to offer the best value in the lineup. Although it's only one step up from the base SR5, it comes with a host of additional goodies standard. Those items include a larger 14.0-inch touchscreen, a power liftgate, 20-inch wheels, heated and cooled front seats, and a power folding third row. The Sequoia comes standard with the iForce Max hybrid powertrain that's optional in the Tundra pickup. This powertrain consists of a twin-turbo 3.4-liter V6 engine and an electric motor that produce a total of 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. The Tundra's 10-speed automatic transmission carries over to the Sequoia SUV as well. Rear-wheel drive is standard, with four-wheel drive optional on most versions. During initial test drives, we were pleased with the Sequoia's comfortable ride and quiet cabin, but less so with its on-road driving behavior. Its extra-wide feeling on the road makes it hard to place in a lane, something we've complained about in other large SUVs too. And its featherweight steering effort doesn't help. Its brake pedal also has an oddly squishy feel. The new Sequoia's hybrid setup makes it significantly more efficient than the outgoing model. Rear-wheel drive models are EPA rated at 21 miles per gallon city, 24 miles per gallon highway, and 22 miles per gallon combined. Opting for four-wheel drive drops those numbers a bit to 19 miles per gallon city, 22 miles per gallon highway, and 20 miles per gallon combined. On our real-world 75-mile-per-hour highway fuel economy test, our capstone test vehicle managed only 19 miles per gallon. The Sequoia's large interior continues in this new generation, with a third row of seats as standard equipment. A second-row bench setup with an 8-passenger capacity is standard, with optional second-row captain's chairs reducing the number of seats to 7. Limited warranty covers 3 years or 36,000 miles. Powertrain warranty covers 5 years or 60,000 miles. Hybrid components are covered for 10 years or 150,000 miles. Complimentary scheduled maintenance is covered for 2 years or 25,000 miles. Ranking in as the ultimate mileage monster at our top spot is the Toyota Tundra. The Toyota Tundra takes a different approach to the full-size truck segment than its American rivals. The old V8 is out, replaced by a twin-turbo V6 available in 2 states of tune, including a hybrid version that we cover separately. Toyota offers 2 different 4-door cabs, medium and large essentially, and everything is wrapped in chiseled sheet metal. Instead of going for the biggest towing and hauling ratings, the Tundra is seemingly content with more moderate numbers that should still satisfy most light-duty truck buyers. A coil spring rear suspension lends the Tundra a measure of civility, and a passel of off-road trims and packages provides good capability when you leave the pavement. The Tundra's latest cabin is much nicer than before, especially in the swanky upper trims, but it's still not up to the standards set by Ram and Ford. The price of the 2025 Toyota Tundra starts at $42,035 and goes up to $66,305 depending on the trim and options. The entry-level Tundra SR comes with the 348 horsepower twin-turbo V6 and is available as an extended or crew cab. That's all great, but it's limited to manually adjusted seats, rolls on steel wheels, requires an upcharge for a basic Class V trailer hitch, and can't be optioned with advanced driver aids beyond the standard Toyota Safety Sense 2.5 suite. Moving to the SR5 rights all these wrongs with either standard or available content. Horsepower goes up to 389 on this model and torque jumps to 479 pound-feet. Adding the TRD off-road package brings a lifted suspension with Bilstein dampers, plus a host of touches designed to take the brunt of occasional off-road use. The Tundra offers 3 powertrains, all of which are based on a twin-turbocharged 3.4-liter V6. In the base SR model, the engine is tuned for 348 horsepower and 405 pound-feet of torque. Otherwise, it makes 389 horses and 479 pound-feet. The third option is a 473 horsepower hybrid, which we review separately. All use a smooth-shifting 10-speed automatic transmission. Tundras equipped with 4-wheel drive get a part-time setup. There's no full-time system like those offered in rival trucks. Like the Ram 1500, the Tundra utilizes a coil spring rear suspension that results in a suppler ride in day-to-day operation. The Tundra can tow a maximum of 12,000 pounds. While sufficient, that rating makes it the least capable truck in the half-ton class. The Ford F-150 leads with a 14,000-pound rating, followed by the Chevrolet Silverado's 13,300 and the Ram 1500's 12,750. The Toyota's max payload is 1,940 pounds, far behind Ford's 3,250-pound rating. In standard non-hybrid form, the 2-wheel drive Tundra is EPA rated for up to 20 miles per gallon city and 24 miles per gallon highway. 4-wheel drive reduces those figures by 1 mile per gallon each. However, the Tundra delivered only 19 miles per gallon in our 75 YT highway route, which is part of our extensive testing regimen. That same truck averaged just 14 miles per gallon overall while in our hands. Though the current Tundra is much better in terms of material quality and design than the previous generation, it fails to bring anything new or revolutionary to the full-size truck segment. The base interior is a bit drab and has some hard plastics here and there. Moving up the trim hierarchy brings the usual material and feature upgrades, culminating with the top-of-the-line Capstone's semi-aniline leather upholstery, American walnut interior trim, acoustically laminated side windows, and head-up display. The dashboard design is chunky yet purposeful looking, and a wide center console houses the shift lever along with plenty of storage. Toyota's limited and powertrain warranties align with what's offered on every other full-size pickup truck. However, Toyota's complimentary scheduled maintenance is unmatched. Limited warranty covers 3 years or 36,000 miles. Powertrain warranty covers 5 years or 60,000 miles. Complimentary maintenance is covered for 2 years or 25,000 miles. Don't forget, even these high-mileage monsters need regular maintenance. Hope you liked this video. If you haven't done so far, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for more informative automobile videos.